Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Great group. Thank you. We're going to talk about innovation in the retail space. We have a panel of experts coming from different countries, all working on different parts, different aspects of innovation within retail. We have a trend specialist, Guillaume Rio, who will be presenting trends, ideas of what's happening in terms of technology in the retail space and how consumers are shopping. Fabio, hello Fabio, from Svicom, who will present to you a concept of pop-up store innovation within shopping centers. Ross Bailey, who has a brand new launch, has just launched now in 2003, is that it? Called Appear Here, and he'll tell you a little bit more about what that is. And Jean-François Gomez from Microsoft will talk to you about trends, technology, and how to bring all of that together and help you innovate in a more efficient way. So I'll give you a bit more information on these guys right before they start coming up each time, but I wanted to just lay the land and get you all ready and excited for what's coming. Some great presentations, fantastic videos, and lots of content, so get ready to take notes. All right, so let's start with Guillaume. So Guillaume is from Laser, and he is heading trend and technology.
Good morning, everybody. I have 7 minutes to show you the latest innovation in retail. It's why we're gonna be fast. Okay, let's go. As you know, the retailer has to be more smarter. And for this, there are many new tools, like you can track your customer via some camera. You can see some of them just above. It was experienced by Auchan. As you know, it's a French retailer. You can scan all your customer inside your store, and you can know every part of your customer, and you can redesign your retail very easily. You can also know exactly who coming inside your store. With specific software linked to a specific camera, it could be a webcam, you can know if it's which kind of gender who come in, the average age, every data, you can know everything. You can, Tesco for now is trying to implementing this kind of solution just above the billboard advertising at the waiting line. They can know if it's a girl is waiting in front of the line. If it's a girl, they can push a specific advertising related to our demographic profile. But for now, there are some difficulties to implement it because of privacy, for sure. It's possible to know exactly what your customer is doing inside your store. How many times he spent in front of a specific product, how many times he has taken a specific product. You can know everything. If you mix all these three technology, you can know everything inside your store, and it's possible to remodeling your store. For example, in Carrefour is testing, as we call indoor geolocalization. They launch an apps which can locate our specific customer. It depends where they are. They can push some specific notification. Hey, you are just in front of Procter & Gamble product. Please, you can get a specific discount, etc., etc. Omnichannel is the next step for retailer. As you know, many of your customers go before going inside your stores, they go on your website in order to compare some products, the price, etc. It's a very good initiative of Neymar and Marcus. They launched in March 2012 a specific application. Imagine you get some notification from Neymar and Marcus. She propose you specific clauses. Okay, normally you have to write it on a paper. Okay, I want this kind of product, or you put it on a post-it and you go inside the store. They launch a specific application. You just scan the specific product. I want this one, and immediately your best seller get the information in real time, and he knows that Mr. Rio will come in the store in 1 hour, and the guy prepare the clothes I would like to try it in the next hours. And when I come inside the store, you just check inside the store. The seller know immediately you are inside the store. and he say, okay, hello, Mrs. Jones, I am here, come and join me, and I will. It's quite cool. It's an American movie, but it works in Street City. Okay, another experience. It's called Scan Pay and Go. It's experienced by Sainsbury. It's a trial over one store. They test in 3 stores. Sorry, you use your own device for paying. Okay, you scan the product. At the end of the process, you just scan a QR code and you paid. It's very quick. It's efficient. Walmart is tested too. But the next step, the next mainstream for me, for the retail, it's we call the digital wallet. For almost of you, digital wallet, it's about payment, but it's not just about payment. It's about promotion, loyalty, scan, in-store comparison, shopping list, store location, payment, etc., etc. It's 9 major features in one application. People are very interested. The tech titans, like Google, Amazon, are very interested to digitalize your credit card, your loyalty card, your coupons, in order to know you personally. Okay? But retailers are afraid about this new shift, because they will lose the data. And for now, MCX, which is Walmart, has signed partnership with big retailer in order to build in their own digital wallet. It's crazy. Now retailer want to be gonna be a bank. Flash and Pay, it's Auchan initiative in France. They are built their own digital wallet, and moreover, the digital wallet is open to another retailer. Retailers are fighting against tech titan because they don't want to lose their customer data. And for conclusion, for now, the payment is one card, one transaction cost, and a small loyalty follow-up. Next step, it's big credit card, big credit payment capture. Transaction cost the same, but in the new entrant like Google, PayPal, Wallet, Isis, Amazon, Apple for sure. They are very interested in to be here, but they are not so interested by payment, but they are interested by your data. They want to know where you go, what you paid, what kind of clothes you used to wear, etc., etc. For the end, just a video which can explain what I just said. It's a video
because they have
recorded by PayPal. Imagine this girl put his digital card, credit card, and she's close to a specific store. PayPal knows she likes this kind of clothes. She say, hey, go inside, it's a partner of ours. You will get a discount of 25% if you go inside right now. If you pay in 10 minutes, you will get this specific discount on this specific product.
Exactly
okay. Oh, there's no size for you. It's not a problem. We can find another location where you can find the sizes that fit you, etc., etc. This is the next step of retail. We call it retail ambient. It's just the beginning. But sorry, I have no any time. But it's just the beginning. Okay. Thank you for your attention. Okay.
The phones we carry around are pretty smart, but they could be a lot smarter. For example, they can connect to a server in another part of the world.
Okay. So Fabio, please join us. So Fabio works for Svicom. He's the CEO of the company, and it is a leading independent real estate consulting firm in Italy, and they're designing new spaces to help you grow your sales. So I think you definitely want to hear what he's doing.
Yes, thank you for the invitation first, and good morning to everyone. I am CEO of Svicom. Svicom is an Italian company based in Milan, specialized in the advisory, leasing and property management of shopping centers. And I will talk I will show to you some case history of innovation in retail and what we have done together with our client Unicoop Firenze in Italy. The economic and financial crisis, especially in Southern Europe, has brought the investment and the development to a deadlock phase. Maybe it's too strong, this image, but it gives the idea. At the same time, the technology evolution and the internet revolution is affecting very much the retail industry trend. It's something like a shock, and he has shown to us what will be the future. And companies, the retail companies and retail real estate developers have to react. And a typical reaction is to search efficiency throughout the cost cut, the reduction of expenses, and even through the redefinition of shop sites and spaces, mostly reducing them. But we think that in the long term and in a more strategic vision, the reaction should be innovation. And I want to talk about a different way to innovate, not only going omnichannel, which is a must, but another kind of innovation is to ride the over-standardization of retail concept out. So for retailer and real estate developer, an option is to create unique, authentic, dynamic, original retail destination. We are very much inspired by some iconic retail destination that give us a clear example on how authenticity, vitality, and uniqueness is a key driver to succeed. I'm referring to, for example, Boqueria Barcelona or Camden Town Covent Garden in London, or even the oldest one, Grand Bazaar in Istanbul. You can say that these are long-standing historical downtown retail destination that cannot be replied anywhere else. But I want to show you that somewhere else, someone has used this characteristic to make its scheme stronger. For example, in Istinia Park, a leading shopping mall in Istanbul, the developer put inside as an anchor a fresh market called Bazaar and made his shopping center different from the others, gave to the shopping center a strong identity. I want to show you even how the authenticity is a key driver to gain a position in the market, like this small food concept show us in London. This is a coffee shop, and this is a cheese shop, very authentic, but that they are totally new. And I'm even proud to show you this concept, Italy, that is an Italian concept, and I'm Italian. And this is a kind of a department store, all related to typical Italian food, where the small producer and the slow food concept is the driver. And it has opened in New York, in Turin, in Rome, in Milan is opening, even in other countries, in Dubai. What is very important for us and show us how vitality and uniqueness and dynamism, originality in the retail business is important, is very well shown by the booming of pop-up stores. Box Park is a very interesting case history and show us how the temporary mall is a must, a trend in the market. A shopping center, a small shopping center, temporary mall, where unique and retailers are located on a temporary basis, made by shipping containers. The need of uniqueness is pretty well shown even by not only retail concept, but even entertainment concept. This is a project in Las Vegas, but Kidzania, for example, it's a very unique, iconic destination in the entertainment business, edutainment business. And I didn't find anything more unique than this retail concept, American Girls. It's a big store, 2,000-3,000 square meters, all related to dolls. It sounds crazy, but it's performing, and it's like a landmark now in the market. Of course, all the innovation, even the orientation to uniqueness, should be always related to the market need. So pay attention not to go too far. This is the pop-up. This is a concept, pedicure by fishes. I wouldn't be the franchisee of this concept, but maybe I'm wrong. Based on all these consideration, what we have done as advisor and manager, together with Unicoop Firenze, a leading retail company operating in supermarket and hypermarket business in Italy, we have created and realized, and Unicoop has developed, this new concept called Esplo Moving Mall. Inside a traditional community mall, where tenants are located on a permanent basis, we have created a smaller mall within a mall, temporary mall, where tenants and activities and categories change by every week or every month. And it is not only a temporary mall, but it's what Unicoop called moving mall, because not only the content of the store changed, not only the tenants, but even the physical configuration and the size of the shop, because it is done by modular steel and glasses boxes that can be placed, separated, and joined in different ways. That's the reason why we have called it Esplo. Unicoop decided the name. Esplo as an esplosione of colors, explosion of colors, products, opportunities, and Esplo as an exploration of new dimension of commerce. And Esplo is for the shopping center a good opportunity to extend the merchandising mix, including tenants and activities that wouldn't be located on a permanent basis. And it's for the customers, the clients, an opportunity to have every time new activities, new offers, to be every time in every visit surprised and find new and different promotion and offers and activities. And it's for the retailers, the companies, the retail companies, a good opportunity to do promotion, to stay in the shopping center in the crucial topic commercial period, to push the sales, to do commercial events. So that's why we like to consider Esplo as an opportunity for the retailers and for the retail companies to be in the right place at the right time. We, as a conclusion, are the manager of Esplo. Unicoop is the developer, and we not only lease the spaces, but we give to the tenants even the opportunity to operate the space. So they provide the goods, the merchandise, and of course they have the feedback as communication tools, and we operate for them the store. Thanks.
So next up is Ross, who is the CEO of Appear Here, a brand new platform which recently launched in 2013. So what you've seen so far is trends, so overall shopping trends, applications, solutions, platforms of how consumers are shopping. You've seen an actual solution of how to adapt and change and innovate within shopping. So how do you manage that? How do you know what's out there? How do you know where to pick and choose and what your options might be? Appear Here is one of those solutions.
Thank you. So I'll tell you today about Appear Here and a couple of things that we feel are changing the way that people work. So 3 quick things: how retail's changed, how Appear Here we believe is a part of that innovative solution, and finally I want to share with you a story about a shop that launched with Appear Here and how they made something happen. And these are the guys that launched the shop, and all will prevail and make sense later on. So we believe that retail has fundamentally changed, and the industry is currently undergoing rapid and significant changes, and most of these have already happened. So when we look at landlords, vacancy rates are getting higher. We believe that part of that's down to the economic climate, but another big part of that is down to online retail sales taking a higher percentage of annual retail sales. In the UK, the vacancy rate's about 14.1%. In the US, it's just gone over 10%. And we also feel that lease lengths are getting shorter. So in the UK, the average lease used to be around 20 years in 1991. Today, it's around 4 years. And brands are demanding shorter term, more flexible spaces than ever before. And then for brands, well, we feel that brands are increasingly trying to build direct relationships with their customers. And what they're doing here is that, there's a rapid disintermediation of the way that retailers are working. And the way of thinking about it, I guess, I always say is, does Speedo want to sell through Sports Direct in a big warehouse with lots of other brands? Or do they want to take their own store, create an amazing Speedo store, and really manage that direct relationship with the consumer? I believe that going forward, brands are going to want to get direct to consumers more than ever before. The second thing is brands, especially e-commerce players, are valuing bricks and mortar as an extension of their brand more than ever before. So you're seeing people like Rafa that have opened up amazing boutiques, this one in Regent Street, or Warby Parker in the US that have created, they sell glasses online. They've now created these big flagship stores where you can go in, get your eyes tested, try on the glasses, have your eye exam in there. And what they're doing is allowing people to go in there, touch the product, feel it, but also experience the brand much like a media space. And that leads us to our third point, which is how we believe that online is becoming a way of acquiring customers. And that's because, offline is becoming a way of acquiring customers. And that's because each month PPC and online advertising is becoming more and more expensive. And we work with a ton of online players that say that PPC advertising on Google is getting more expensive each month. And now what they're having to do is open up physical stores as a way to acquire those customers. And sometimes it's more cost effective. So to give you an example here, Give Truly was a store that launched through a peer here. They're an online gift experience brand. So I don't know if any of you have heard of Red Letter Days or Virgin Experiences, but it's a similar model but for luxury experiences. And what they've done is they were advertising online, paying PPC, becoming very difficult, and the price was extremely high to acquire, several thousand users a month. They opened up a store with us, and literally within weeks, they had not only acquired more customers than they'd ever acquired before. In that area, they had a huge increase in traffic, and they were saying, actually, renting this physical shop is getting us more customers than we would normally be getting online. And that's the point. What we're trying to say is landlords need to look at retail space more like a media owner. They need to realize that brands are starting to value bricks and mortar, not just for the transaction, but as a way of getting in front of the audience, and especially online players. And that's the conclusion to us, is that brands need flexible and easily accessible physical space, and they need it today more than ever before. And that's where Appear Here comes in. We are an online marketplace that connects landlords' vacant space to people with great ideas. And to us, someone with a great idea is an entrepreneur, a retailer, a big brand that wants to make something happen, who wants to rent a shop by the week or the month. And we do it all online on an amazing physical product where they can go on and search, and they can also go through curated destination guides, get inspired by areas, but also discover short-term shops to rent, and rent them as easily as booking a hotel room. And the last point is that what we're also finding is that consumers have changed. People have changed in the way they shop. And going on to what we were saying about Box Park is that, and different locations, is that people want things to surprise them. They've got bored of the same stores in the same locations, and what they want is for things to spring up in unexpected locations, cause a storm, and disappear before they get bored. There's now more farmers markets in the UK than Tesco superstores. In the US, there's more farmers markets than Walmart. Why is that? Because today in this digital economy, in this world where we have all these digital interactions, people value conversations and real-world conversations. So that relates to these couple of guys, Mark and Piper. They launched a shop with us. They'd always dreamed of launching a cafe. It was a short-term project, and what I love about this idea is that it brought something new to this landlord's estate. It brought a new part, some new excitement, and again, it was gone before people had got bored. So this was a cafe for dogs. And long term, I'm sure this idea wouldn't have been hugely financially viable. But short term, it got worldwide press attention. In the US, it was on CNN, rolling every 15 minutes. This landlord not only brought something new and exciting to his estate, but he brought in new footfall, a new audience to the other retailers around it. And that's what we're doing at Appear here. We're helping people make their ideas happen and giving them the spaces which enable them to do that. We're 9 months old, and we've got over 450 years worth of ideas waiting to go into spaces. We've got over 4,000 brands and retailers, from Microsoft and Google to Diageo to a lot of small independent retailers. And our ambition is that we want this to be global. And the same way you can go online and you can book a room to stay anywhere overnight on places like Airbnb and Trivago, we want you to be able to go onto Appear here and discover spaces around the world, but for your idea. So that you can literally appear on every street. Thank you.
So Jean-François from Microsoft. So he's the Senior Innovation and Business Development Manager, and he will take you through some ideas of where and how technology fits in.
So, hello, I'm pleased to be with you today. I'm not here to talk about Microsoft, but I'm here to talk about you. Because today we are at a very important moment. Because you, as companies, you have to become some software company. You have to become some digital company. Because digital is about data. And today, the war is about data, notably against the pure online operators. And this is why in this presentation, I want to share with you the vision of Microsoft about how the society will change, what kind of interaction the people will have with their environment. And so let's take a look, and after we will have my comment about.
Uw aandacht alsjeblieft. Welcome to Johannesburg International Airport. Please approach the road to create your pickup zone.
stop here the video because it's pretty long and you could find it on internet. So the main issue and the main challenge for you, and this is your takeaway about this video regarding the shopping center, typically, is that you must have in mind for every project, the first point is the user experience. Tomorrow, all the objects will be, you will be able to interact. You must be able to propose the right user experience behind a world which is more and more fragmented regarding the usage or the expectation of the consumer. The second point is connectivity. Connectivity between people and object, object to object, and so on. That means that in your shopping center, you have to imagine that today the customer or the retailer won't have some information in real time, won't have discussion in real time. How to integrate that in your strategy is just mandatory today. And the last point is hyper-contextualization. That means that your consumer or your customer, the retailers, now they won't have to explain anytime who they are, where they are, what their expectation, and so on. You must be able to know things, the information that they're going to share with you, what they want, who they are, and push the right information. For that, you have to work on a new kind of practices in your industry, practices which is named software, which is named information system architectures in parallel with financial and building infrastructure that you already control and know very well. Today, it's time to introduce a new practice for you, and this practice is about information technology. Thank you very much.
So, I've been grabbing all the different questions you've had in your minds, and I've been able to feel them coming through to me, so I'm going to be able to ask them to the panel here. So I hope I got them all. So let's see. So Fabio, tell me, so what types of businesses are using your shopping, your pop-up store within shopping mall solution? So what types of customers do you see today? Are they brands, retailers, the services?
Well, the key for Esplo Moving Mall is flexibility. So it's a retail location where a wide range of companies can be located. We have had in the first 4 months more than 40 retailers and companies, more than retailers. And we can have big national companies that can use the space to do in-store promotion or sampling. We can have small local companies that want to do commercial events. We can have artisanal little entrepreneur. We can even have, and we have, new entrepreneur that want to use this location, this opportunity to launch a new business, to do a startup, to do a testing there. So the key is a very wide range of opportunities of tenants. But if you ask me now, what is the ideal activity and brand and to locate in this concept, I would say a coffee shop for dogs.
Okay. So Ross, what about you? What types of brands? And we did see a big list, a humongous list of companies you're working with, and the fact that there are 450 projects, I guess, or 450 years of projects. But is it more? You did mention specific brands. Are you finding it's more retailers? Do you have an idea of percentage of types of businesses that are coming in?
So it's a complete mix of users, and what we've been really surprised with actually is the really large brands that have come through. So the Microsofts and the Diageos and the Googles, who aren't using these spaces to sell, but they're using these spaces as a way of getting in front of the right audience. So they are looking at retail like a media space. But I'd say that predominantly the largest proportion of our users is really exciting small independent retailers and online guys. So they're normally retailers, they're selling online. Online is their only channel to their consumer. And what they're finding is, they're competing against ASOS, they're competing against Net-a-Porter and these huge, big sort of online players. And for them to get in that first page of Google or to pay to advertise online is becoming more and more expensive each month. And as it becomes more and more expensive each month, they're saying, actually, launching a store not only gets us out there in front of the audience, but it allows us to tell our story and actually is a really cost-effective way to acquire new users. So we're finding online players looking at this as a channel for customer acquisition.
Do you see reoccurring brands coming back over and over again, or is it usually a one-time strategy, one-shot strategy?
So there's two things here. One is that we'll get a brand that will open up in one location, and it's sort of like the old fashion trunk concept, where you'd get the old sort of rag trade entrepreneurs that would fill their car with sort of apparel and clothing and product and go from town to town, selling it, getting new stockists. What we're now getting is people appearing in one location, acquiring new users. Online is their flagship, that store that's always there. And then they're opening up several stores, but in new locations. So one quick point is in the UK, they say you need around, I think it's around 70 or 80 stores now to be around 30 minutes away from the entire sort of population. Up until today, you've always had to have those 80 stores at once. Now what we're getting is someone opening up, closing, opening up, closing, opening up, closing, and still having those 80 shops. And that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. So Guillaume, how do you see the link between the two different platforms? So the notion of pop-up stores and the notion of limited, one time only, or as a strategy, and how it links with the digital tools and the different consumer habits that you were presenting, that you were showing. Because obviously, all of these brands can't create an application, can't create a tool specifically for a 4-week shop.
Exactly.
So where does that go?
For example, you said just before you want to be global. It's the same case for Google, Amazon. As you know, we have on our smartphone many applications. Google or Amazon, Apple try to provide you one apps which hold many features like localization, personal shopping list, etc., etc. For now, it's free. You just digitalize your bank card, your loyalty card, and they know everything about you, and they want to provide the best service. As Jean-François said, it's about hyper-contextualization. They want to gather all the data and say to you, you have to go to this pop-up just in front of you because it's a partner of PayPal or partner of... The question is, who will be the next provider of the new services? Perhaps the bank will disappear next years because there is a very interesting study conducted by Deloitte. They asked to Mac user if tomorrow Apple is becoming a bank, will you follow up the Apple? Yes. 50 of them say, yeah, why not? The iBank. Imagine all the ecosystem of Apple. And I think the next step, it's about disintermediation. It's why retailers are started to fight against it. Walmart recruits some people from Amazon, etc., in order to... It's just the beginning. It's like the music 15 years ago. You say, if in 1905 I said to Universal, tomorrow Apple will sell some music, for sure they will have love to me. But perhaps it will be the same case next. I hope no for you, but you have to think about it.
Well, it's true when you do know the fact that because of the app system, there are about 500 million credit cards within Apple's database. So becoming the next iBank with 500 million credit card numbers, it's pretty easy to click that switch.
Exactly.
Go live.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want, I see that you wanted to add something.
Yeah. Two things. The first, a link between digital and innovation in the physical store. First of all, we must imagine that the digital will be about the geek stories. And it's always very important to have a human contact with the people. And this is why Microsoft, Google opens those stores. Because at the end of the day, happy sellers will be the better to sell and to promote your brand. It's definitively a very important point. The second point that we have to manage today is how to stay predictable regarding the cost and so on. And at the same time, we must offer more agility and to innovate and to embrace the expectations of the consumer. And for that, more than ever, the data is a key point. Because thanks to the data, you will be able to know if your initiative is successful or not, where is the best place to make this kind of initiative, and so on and so on. This is why I think, from my point of view, in your mind, the key objective of how to collect the maximum of data regarding my customer and my and the retailer that I host in my shopping center. It's just the core of your business. If you lose the data with against Amazon, Google, and so on, you lose the battle. Because the people who will have the data, who will have the connection, and will be able to anticipate the expectation of the consumer or of the retailer, will win the game. So this is a challenge today, and to be efficient is ephemeral pop-up store and so on. Anyway, you have to get data to know if you're successful or not in this kind of initiative.
Ross, I'm sorry, Fabio, excuse me, my mistake. So Fabio, do you find that with the brands and businesses which have used the new modular system, are they connecting into the shopping center when it comes into communicating, or are they creating specific tools to do that? Are they, how are they communicating, and how are they letting people know that they're out there?
You mean the customers or the tenants?
No, the tenants. So the tenants, but within this new service. So how are they communicating? How are they letting people know that something's happening?
Yeah, well,
that there's an event.
Well, to be honest, I mean, Esplo, this temporary mall, moving mall, it's a communication tool itself. So it's most of the brands of tenants use these physical spaces to communicate, and of course, the physical space is integrated with the online commercial space. I think that we, as shopping centers players, we are a little bit too late in the integration between the physical space and the omni-channel and the online virtual space, and so there is a lot of job to do. Esplo, it's a way for the mall developer to reinforce the identity of the shopping center, and now we are very much concentrating in making the physical space strength. The next step will be the integration with the online activities, and I think that once I've met these two guys, I can do the job in a better way. So maybe I can give you the answer in MIPIM.
Perfect. We're out of time. I hope I answered your questions for you, or I helped you raise the questions and answer the questions for you. So thank you very much for joining us. Please feel free to connect with our panel. I'm sure they'll be very happy to answer any questions you might have additionally off the stage. So again, thank you very much for coming.